About 4 days ago, a plane landed at Idlewild Airport. The plane came from the Middle East, bearing a man who claims to be 2,000 years old. He spent the last 6 days at the Mayo Clinic.
Sir, is it true that you are 2,000 years old?
Oh, boy. Yes.
You are it's hard to believe, sir, because in the history of man, nobody's ever lived more than 167 years, as the man from Peru would claim to be. But you claim to be 2,000.
Yes, I'm not yet. I'll be 2000, October 16th. Yes.
You will be 2,000. When were you born?
We didn't have formal years and names in writing. We didn't know.
I see. And what?
Nobody kept time then. See, we didn't know, we didn't write, we just sat around and we pointed in the sky and we said, whoa, hot boy, you know?
That's all you said?
We didn't even know it was the sun. We thought
You mean you really didn't know anything?
We didn't know anything. We were so dumb and stupid.
Sorry.
We didn't know who was a lady.
But they weren't.
They was with us. We didn't know who they were. We didn't know who was the ladies and who was fellas.
You thought they were just different type of fellas?
Yes, they're stronger or smaller or softer. The softer ones, I think, were ladies all the time.
Well, how did you find out they were ladies?
A cute fat guy could have mistaken him for a lady. Soft and cute.
Who was the person who discovered the female?
Bernie.
Who was Bernie?
Bernie, one of the first leaders of our group.
And he discovered the female? How did it happen?
He said, hey, there's ladies here.
I'm very interested to find out how Bernie discovered the woman.
Well,
How did it come to pass?
One morning, he got up smiling. So he said, I think there's ladies here. So I said, well, what do you mean, you know? So he said, because in the night, I was thrilled and delighted. See? So then he went into such a story that it's hundreds of years later, I still blush.
Sir, could you give us the secret of your longevity?
Well, the major thing is that I never, ever touch fried food. I don't eat it, I wouldn't look at it, and I don't touch it. And they never run for a bus, they'll always be covered. Even if you're late from work, you know, I never run for a bus, I never ran, I just strolled jaunty, jolly, walking to the bus stop, you know.
Yeah, well, there were no buses in the time of
in my
Iraq.
In my time, I mean,
What was the means of transportation then?
mostly fear.
Fear transported you?
Fear, yes. You would see an animal would growl, you would go 2 miles in a minute.
So I'd like to find out about some social customs, the origination of social customs. For instance, singing. How did that start?
Oh, it stems from fear.
Could you explain that?
Because in the old days, and when I say the old days, I don't mean the George M. Carlin days.
I mean, 2,000 years ago.
I mean, it was rocks and caves.
I'm asking you, sir, how song came.
So song came about when you really had to communicate when you were in trouble. You couldn't say help.
Yes.
What the heck is saying help?
Yes.
You say help, baby. Say hello. They don't even hear you. Good morning. If you say help, you say good morning.
Yes.
The song started when you really had to. You were in trouble. You had to get somebody. You said, help!
That was the first song.
That's a note.
I see. So in other words, fear.
Right,
was the
fear
first.
caused singing.
We thought happiness did.
Oh, and the songs came out of it. A lion is eating my foot off. A lion is eating my foot off.
A lion is eating my butter. Somebody call a car. A lion is eating my butter. Somebody call a car.
I see. Well, very interesting to hear the derivation of songs. We never
The first songs were only help songs.
Yeah. We always thought
Want
songs.
to hear another help song?
Yeah, how about an anthem?
We had a national anthem.
What was the anthem?
Well, you see, it was very fragmented. Fragments.
Yes.
It wasn't nations.
Yes.
It was caves.
Yes.
Each cave.
It was a nation.
Each cave had a national anthem.
Yes. Well, do you remember the national anthem of your cave?
I certainly do. I'll never forget it. You don't forget a national anthem in a minute.
Let me hear it, sir.
Let them all go to hell except Cave 70.
For instance, how did the custom of two people shaking hands come? How did the handshake come to be?
The handshake, as you know,
I don't, that's why I'm asking.
the handshake is also stemmed from fear.
Everything seems to stem from fear.
Of course. Everything we do is based on fear.
Even love?
Mainly love.
How can love stem from fear?
What do you need a woman for? You know what you need her for?
What?
In my time?
Yes.
To see if an animal is behind you. You can't see alone, you got no eyes in the back of your head. You take two eyes, happens to be a lady.
I see.
You say, lady, will you look behind me for a while? That was the first.
That was the main
The
purpose.
first marriages was, will you take a look behind me? Okay. How long you want? Forever. We're married.
I see. And you'd walk back to back for the rest of your life?
Yes, you only look at her once in a while.
When you knew you were
When you
safe.
knew you're on high ground.
Yes, now, let's get back to the handshake, sir. It started how? Through
It
fear.
started with, to see if a fella had a rock or a dagger in his hand. Grab his hand. Hi there, Charlie.
It wasn't for
How you doing, Bertram?
It was
You know, you held the hand. You held that hand. Then you looked and you opened it up. Then you shook it a little.
And that's the way the handshake started.
You had a shake. You may have a stone.
How did
Small
dancing?
stone, a marble, you could stick it in your eye. How shake his hand free.
What else did they
He
do?
could hold a rubber band there. He could give you a smack in the nose.
Well, how did dancing start?
Dancing is the same thing.
Fear again.
You see, fear. The only thing you could do with a hand is to see if there was a rock or a marble or a rubber band or a nail or something that could stick in your head, right?
Yes.
Okay. But you're only immobilizing one hand.
Right.
Dancing is the complete immobilization.
Both hands.
Both hands, and you keep the feet busy so it can't kick you.
I see. And that's how dancing.
Who's hiding you?
I see. Yes, but I think most people are interested in living a long and fruitful life as you have. You mentioned...
Fruit is good, too. You mentioned fruit. Fruit kept me going for 140 years once when I was on a very strict diet. Mainly nectarines. I love that fruit. It's half a peach, half a plum, but it's a hell of a fruit. I love it. Not too cold, not too hot, you know, just nice.
What has been
Even
your...
our rotten ones. I love them. That's how much I love them. I'd rather eat a rotten nectarine than a fine plum. What do you think of that?
I can understand that.
Yes, that's how much I love them.
Yes, I can understand that.
Yes.
Yes, certainly. Do you have a few moments, sir?
What do you need, money or the time?
No, we have to cut away for a message now.
Okay, let's do it. Is it in English?
Yes.